Last week on the Big Break Legacy, teams were restricted to trading for 1 day at the Chris Hani Shopping Centre in Vosloorus without selling a product.
It's a finance challenge. Go make me money.
Both teams utilised showmanship tactics to gather the crowds.
Look, I mean, the leadership was very, very, very poor.
Looking at that, we pretty much flushing them down the toilet.
Business ideas and opportunities are everywhere, but it takes a certain type of person to spot them. It takes an entrepreneur, someone who can recognize an opportunity and turn it into a successful business. South Africa needs world-class entrepreneurs. The Big Break Legacy is going to find one. From thousands of hopefuls, 12 of the country's finest entrepreneurs made it through. From all walks of life, from all parts of the country. All with one thing in common: the drive and ambition to convince our 3 board members they should be the winner of a 5 million rand investment prize. The Big Break Legacy.
We're looking for that last man or woman standing. So if there's anything at all that appears as though there is a weak link, we obviously would want to get rid of that. Zama, it's not good enough to work in the background. No one sees the people that are in the background. People need to know who you are and need to see the skills that you bring to that space of entrepreneurship. Kile, your team members need to get a sense that you are contributing. It doesn't mean that you should fight every decision, but voice out your opinions.
Between Zama and Lolo, who stays, who goes? Let's find out now.
I cannot find it in me to eliminate in this round because I think that you have done well. You have both contributed. But should you find yourself again in this, I will eliminate you. So we can't find it, no elimination. Congratulations, you stay for yet another challenge. Do your best, guys.
Because of the lack of innovation by both teams, both Zama and Lolo are spared from elimination.
I know the boys are disappointed.
No more juice! No more juice!
Some contestants have an issue with using girls in short skirts in the last task. They find it disrespectful.
I was not comfortable with girls in such short things washing cars.
Did you really want these ladies to wear green overalls that you come in to wash cars?
But we're selling sex and you did not even see them.
I was protecting you, Lolo, and you coming, you are attacking me.
Don't you know? Every day we at each other's throat, Nalwe. Don't you know?
A new day dawns and the guys head off to get their new task briefing.
Trust you well, guys. For our team selection, when I call your name, please come up. Choose an envelope. Show us the color of your team. So let's start with you, Adele. Please select your team. Yellow. Blue, that's Newton's 4th.
Yeah.
Dogozo after this. It's Atsi.
So when I went there, my eyes started going. Phew. I didn't want to be in the same team with Adele, and I didn't want to be in the same team with Lolo. It's the first time that I'm part of Newton's 4th. Then I knew I've got a winning team.
Tepiso. The yellow team is Litsatsi Incorporated, and the blue team is Newton's 4th. Jared, as the blue chip of the previous task, won't you please step forward? Congratulations for best performance last task. You have an advantage to choose which team you'd like to join.
Newton's 4th.
Newton's 4th. You may sit down. Thank you. Congratulations.
You know, I'm confident in the team. We've got obviously more numbers than the other team, so that will mean just, you know, kind of our workload will be evenly spread.
Your task today is going to be briefed by Rian Kotze from the Agri Division at the Industrial Development Corporation. Good luck, guys.
The agro-processing sector has been identified by the IDC as a highly labor-intensive sector and a huge development impact for the South African economy. You will be required to design and develop a healthy, fast-moving consumer product that is of high quality, also highly cost-efficient. That will be stocked by a retail store, and ultimately you will have to sell this concept as well as the product to a highly specialized board.
It's a very interesting task. It would be nice to develop something new.
Each of the teams will have to purchase some fresh produce from the Johannesburg Fresh Produce Market. You will have to use this as ingredients in the design of the concept, but also of the product, and create a pre-packaged meal that will have the potential to ultimately be listed by one of the major food retail companies in South Africa. The mandate of the task is based on the mega trends within the food industry. So your ultimate product, which is a meal or a drink, need to be innovative, it need to be convenient, it need to be of high quality, and it needs to be a healthy product.
You could either do a product that's either good, or you could do it and it could be an epic fail. So I think execution and research is quite important on this task.
We will supply you with the following support. The first one is a 3,000 Rand budget per team. We will provide you with an MTN business in a box. As from tomorrow, you'll have drivers as well as cars from Chevrolet. And then interesting for this task, each team will have a 3-hour session with a food technologist. And this food technologist will advise you on the technical aspects in terms of food processing, but also the requirements of the retail stores.
I'm a qualified food technologist. So they just put it right in front of me and said, look, Dogozo, take this home, go and win with your team.
After you've completed the task, you will have to pitch the business concept as well as the product to a board at the IDC headquarters in Sandton. We will use specific criteria in order to adjudicate. The criteria will consist of the innovative nature of this product. We will look at the mega trends of the food industry, whether it's healthy and convenient. And then the third aspect is very important. It will be a popular vote by the board members on two aspects. The one is the business concept, whether you will ultimately be able to get funding from the IDC. Now, that is the task, and I would like to wish you luck. And remember to work together as a team, but not only as a team, but also as individual members.
Thanks. I never thought in my life I'd be looking for nutritional supplements or even manufacture one. So it's quite challenging.
Each week, one lucky viewer will stand a chance to win a Nexus 7 tablet by simply SMSing their name, number, and answer to a question coming up later on in the show. All entries throughout the season will go into the grand prize draw, where you can stand a chance to win a Chevrolet Spark. Remember, look out for the question coming up later on in the show, so stay tuned.
It's an interesting task. Sounds like we could have some fun with it. The other team seem to really think that we sort of have an upper hand, so hopefully that plays to our advantage.
Do any of you guys have experience in any R&D in just broad sense?
I've worked in the food industry for 10 years. Yeah.
Goes as the leader? I'm with the
Cool. All right.
Having had very bad team dynamics on the last team he led, with this one again, he'll be able to, correct the mishaps and try to bring something much better this time.
The last time I checked, things that were trending in the food industry were organic foods. So we need to think along those lines. I don't know what ideas you have.
I've been in the food industry for 10 years. So now it's time to get all that experience and put it into action.
There's advantage on the other side because Dogozo is a food technologist by profession. We need to put extra effort to actually make it work. I think we've all been team leaders. Lolo is the only one that has not been a team leader.
Agreed.
I think we should nominate Lolo.
You have been nominated.
Lolo, team leader?
She's definitely got a different style of leadership. I haven't seen a lot of it, so we'll see how that goes. Tebogo's not going to let her lose.
I will guide when it needs to be. For now, we must throw ideas into a hat and come out with the best that will work for us.
She can be dramatic sometimes, but hey, That's Lolo for you, so.
And you have like a mascot to go with that. You know, you target children.
But anything with preservatives already moves us from the purpose of being organic.
Organic preservatives.
Hi guys.
How's it going?
Good. So you have some ideas already?
Yeah.
Good. I think what is important for you to know that it's not only about the taste of the product. It's about how you pitch this whole concept of the product. It's about whether a bank such as the IDC will finance your concept as well. Good luck.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry, Ntukuzo, I was just saying the flavoring. You know, we don't use like, you know, the normal artificial flavors.
The stronger teams always have got this tendency of over-emphasizing thinking and not looking at the root of the problem and sorting it out.
Let's say, and I'm not saying Macho is the answer, but something like that that's substantial.
Macho is purely water and maize.
And
That's
it's
it.
like, yeah.
It's not as nutritional as people think.
We'll try to see if I can get an expert as well, so that we get an expert advice.
Hi guys.
Hi.
How are things?
No, we're still trying to brainstorm and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, I think the important thing is to realize a supermarket will only list the product if it's very much focused, it's very much linked to a market, it's linked to packaging that is linked to the trends.
Looking at the skills combination, we're not entirely a strong team. But you know what, we are the underdogs.
We just need to put it together and sort of like put it into a nice packaged meal that people will accept.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel confident that the team that I have is going to make us win with my leadership, and I think we're going to do very well.
So I'm saying let's do an online thing, if you agree.
So what you're saying is we should research online and just package the ideas that we have for tomorrow.
We do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we come back together and then we compare notes. Do you agree with what I'm saying, or do you have a suggestion?
No, I agree with what you're saying.
You don't have to.
Sometimes she gets to be aggressive. I know I'm going to be needing some of the supplements we're going to be manufacturing.
That's it.
Fine.
Let's go. I think there's already a little bit of friction that I've picked up between Tebogo and Lolo, so we'll see how that goes.
The Big Break Legacy. The Big Break Legacy is powered by MTN Business. Early next morning.
We woke up at around 4 to be at the market by 5:30 to 6.
Yeah, you can buy fruits on that building over there. They've got tomatoes, cabbages, you know, the vegetable type of stuff.
Look for something unusual, but something that looks like you can enjoy it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you can take something that's even sort of generic, you just put a slight twist on it. A clever marketing pitch can take something that's seemingly ordinary and make it seem extraordinary.
Brother, do we need to come back here to tomorrow? I think let's just buy once, because we know what we want to do.
No, you go with Adele. You have the list. This is ours.
I'm not happy. It's just that how certain issues are handled. When you come up with suggestions and whatever, most of the things she'll crash coming from us.
The thing I don't want is that for us to create just one thing. I would like it to be multi-purpose.
For us to be effective in our data collection, let me separate my team.
Let's just start off on one side, go through it, and see what kind of interesting things we can find.
In the quest to find something that's suitable to the market, we had to really take a serious analysis.
Yeah, soft boy.
Pinkerton Avos.
I love Avos, man. Just thought about the soft Avos. Maybe make a butter out of it. Healthy.
Can't we probably negotiate with these guys?
With somebody 222 or 777. We had to go look at what we can get, the quantity and how much it costs.
How much are they? 40 rand.
Yeah, it's 6 and it's
10 rand. How do you get to 10 rand for 6?
When is the best time to get this?
They can be here throughout the year because they take a long time to sell.
So there's not a big demand for them?
No. They sell very slow.
Baby Mero.
Yes, Baby Mero.
Yeah.
Baby Maro, no. My mother uses that a lot.
I don't know if it's the right product, eh?
We looked at all the types of fruit thinking we're going to see a new fruit or a new veg. After an hour, we found out nothing.
We know what tomatoes is. Tomatoes has been exhausting. So maybe we should go this side.
Okay. So I was thinking to myself, now how are we going to come up with a new product if there's no new veg or fruit?
Did you get the prices on the bulk stuff?
No, Rona, we bought the smalanyana things, not the bulk.
Yeah, but we need the prices on the bulk because we're pitching for FMCG market. So we need to know how much it costs. Lolo's not doing a bad job. Lolo's getting things done and she's in and around and out and about, but I'm yet to see what Tebogo's done.
Maruna's go here.
To do what?
I'll get the prices myself, even if it means I must get them myself.
The prices, 75 rand, 85 rand, 95 rand. There's nothing that's over 100 rand.
Let's go, my food. Tebogo does not bring his side. He just sits there and looks pretty and gets all arrogant when we ask for clarity from him.
That's the one thing we need to ask is how frequent can it be produced?
So I thought to myself, look, let's go to the fruit section and have a look and find out what that looks like.
You guys can all just grab one.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you just bite into it. That's okay.
There's this Indian gentleman that came to us and said, look, there is a very rare fruit called persimmon.
Nice, huh? High in potassium, high in vitamin C. It's an excellent fruit.
It's a mixture of papaya and mango. I've never heard of it. So we're hoping that this might just be our lucky charm for the project.
After the market, the teams head back to the house to conduct research further into which product they're going to pursue.
We meet two ladies from Eat Right, which is a company that manufactures healthy food. What would you advise we could use in order to have something that can replace a meal?
Go for the shake, and as well, because that will be quite unique.
Have you made something like that?
No, we haven't made something like that.
So as a leader, this got me frustrated because now I'm thinking, you know what? We don't have a product, and tomorrow we have to start making this up.
So we're trying to do different things and test.
3 people came up with ideas. Tebogo, I'm yet to see what he's come up with.
Too many meals that have banana already.
You must learn to listen, comrade. I'm saying if I was to put in a banana, it would not be what I want. So it means I will not be putting in a banana. I was just thinking out loud. No, you must learn to listen. Everything that you say, you must repeat it to him twice, 3 times. He works on my nerves.
The process of drying it out and then making a powder, how much nutrients do you have an idea of loss of that?
You will lose some. I mean, there is nothing coming close to having a fresh carrot.
Can't you do something with that, but you call it then like a energy shot or something in the morning? Have all the nutrients. It's not a tablet, it's not a shake.
To expect yourself to come up with something that it takes food technologists years of training to do in a short period of time is unreasonable. So I think understanding your own limitations, personal limitations, is key.
Both teams had to book time for a visit by a food technologist.
Hi guys, I'm Jessie van Wyk, Professor Jessie van Wyk. I'm from the Cape Peninsula University of Technology.
I think it's good that we had our sort of prototypes ready for her to taste and give us feedback, because obviously she knows what combinations work and what doesn't.
Hi guys.
Hi.
I'm Professor Jessie van Wyk. I'm from Cape Peninsula University of Technology, Department of Food Technology.
Wow. Now we're going to have a good time. She's going to direct us where we want to go.
We also found at the market a very rare fruit, the persimmon, which is not common.
It's a combination.
The flavor of a persimmon is not really intense, so I'm not sure.
What if you could take an entire salad, what's in a salad, and make it into a kind of a paste that you could sort of squeeze onto a burger or crackers or whatever it is?
I would hesitate to say that it would be a good idea to put it through a process.
I just started switching off. It just reminded me of my lectures and lecture rooms back at tertiary.
The wooden spoon thing, it's supposed to be a base for a fruit roll.
It actually reminds me of something.
Something good, I hope?
Yes.
Amandla. I'm looking for a serviette.
So can we move on to trying something else?
Ah, you're stealing my shine. She loves it.
We've spoken about it.
She
We
can
went
just say
into
it for one
detail
more
about
minute
it.
that she loves it.
I do love it. I do love it.
If I was the leader and he was being like that, I would definitely voice my opinion.
I'm not impressed with him. He's useless, man. He must just look important, but he's not. Look at all the concepts I came up with here. Nothing is like marula cheese.
Might as well. Try it.
Marula cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just wake up overnight and do cheese. Cheese is one of those products that you need to process over time.
Well, if you need to make the cheese in 2 days, you're gonna have to go for something like feta.
Is it the cheese? Is it the juice? But you know, I'll be honest with you, I'd prefer to go with a novel product. You know, take that risk on a fancy type of cheese that nobody's ever eaten before.
Kids don't eat vegetables because they don't like it. What happens to the vegetables? It goes to the bin. So now, instead of giving them vegetables, you give them this veggie ice cream.
Wow. Peach is very, very
prominent.
Beautiful. No, I really like that sorbet idea.
So we must decide.
No, you can start.
I'm the leader. I'm asking, what do you say?
Let's start with
an attitude.
No, I'm not.
They were fighting in front of the professor. They were having a go at each other. And I mean, that's not what entrepreneurs should look like.
He's not supposed to be doing that.
That's throwing the camera.
I'm asking Khore, what do you say?
No, you can say. It's not a problem.
Adele, what do you say?
I like the ice cream. Driving the team forward is really what we should be doing, and at the moment we're just spinning in sand.
I'm making a call now. I'm putting my head on the block. What we're presenting is a combination of juices in one. It's designed in a different way that I think will blow, the judges' minds.
Both teams seem to have decided on what product they will pursue. The Big Break Legacy. The Big Break Legacy is powered by MTN Business.
So we woke up early in the morning to rush to the Joburg market to get our fruit and veg so that we can be able to do our product.
I'm all for the 100% juice, but there are many of those.
Tepiso hasn't been on an A game specifically for this challenge. She was a bit undecisive. I'm a bit upset about that.
Yeah, so I hope that Tebogo and Kilebogile won't fight, because I think the only way that our team will lose is if there's any fight.
I broke it. Iftikhar and Sanele meet with a graphic designer to discuss packaging.
The thinking, wasn't really there. I wasn't a big fan. I tried to make a case to the team to get them to see what I was seeing.
So you can obviously go for glass, you can go for like this, which is like a Tetra Pak, or you can go for a plastic or biodegradable plastic. So you get plastics which you can throw into a compost heap and then they degrade and all of that.
I mean, I'm a big fan of doing things that people don't do. Like I said, it's not about winning or losing, it's about doing something that's different, that somebody looks at you and be like, that guy's got nuts.
Lolo and Tebogo explore packaging options that'll make their product stand out.
What we do, we specialize in giving it color, we specialize in giving it flavor. Okay. So we need our logo to stand out in terms of color, and obviously that color representing flavor itself.
For me personally, I wasn't very confident with the product, and I disputed it with Ntokozo.
The only difference with the cheese is that a combination of cheese and fruits has never been done before. With the juices.
Specifically the marula.
Guys, I still maintain I'm not comfortable with the cheese.
Who the hell can go into a shop and buy a marula flavored cheese? Put marula aside. Who will go and buy an apple flavored cheese? Who will go and buy a peach flavored cheese?
We're gonna go with the juice. And as I said yesterday, that's the decision I'm taking as a leader.
As the leader, I had to make a call and I said, look, we're going with the juice. And I believed in it and we had to go with it.
Adele and Zama are busy cooking up a storm.
After cooking the pasta, I'm going to deep fry it for about 3 to 5 minutes. Then we'll wait for the dip, the biltong, arvo, salt and pepper, and lemon dip.
So Ned and I were told to, you know, come up with the packaging, and we did. Came up with some nice innovative stuff.
Okay, so I'm busy just calculating the flat pattern. So this is more the shape that I'm going for with those curves in there.
We wanted to find something that can work, something that will be quick. In fact, we just wanted a quick way out. And it was very easy to do that because the team leader thought it would be appropriate that we find the easiest way out.
Instead of covering the whole thing, we make a pattern here so that we can see the ice cream.
So that you can see the content.
The
contents, yeah.
I think we really needed this win, especially with the other team. I mean, from day one, they told themselves they're taking this one home.
The foil silver. That's what I'm saying.
The foil silver.
So
you must, guys, we need dimensions on this so I know what I'm working with, how much space I can use.
Newton's Fourth are now in the kitchen to make their 4 nutritional juices, which I must say don't seem innovative enough.
We take as many products as we can, we come up with a product, and that will help, alleviate poverty, create employment, and also, bring to the market a new product.
If we're happy with the prototype, then we can start mass producing. So now we're in our R&D phase to kind of make sure we've got all 4 products properly done.
Does it give you the kick?
Gives you that kick, but I taste too much orange in me.
How will we make it work?
But we need to find an alternative.
Hey.
I mean, we are business people. If whatever doesn't work out, we need to find provision.
I understand. Stop throwing the business thing in my face. You must learn to listen, John.
There's always tension with Lolo. You'd say that sometimes she needs to get massaged for her to listen up a bit.
Yep, it could work.
This can work.
Hey, we must just have it smoothly inside and.
So I mean, what we ended up doing is just coming out with an example of what it would actually look like in real life. In reality, you'll have 4 of these together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll make it easy to rip off from the pack. You've got your one drink it, done. It's good.
The 4 juices of Newton's Fourth get a professional taste test. They plan to package them together to form a full-day health regiment.
Is it?
Really?
Okay.
Okay. She loved it. I liked it. Jared's not too sure about it. So right now we've got it over here and we're just gonna make some more.
Letsatsi Inc. are finalizing the label for their veggie and fruit mix ice cream.
That splash stands out more. It's actually very nice.
This thing, I think for me, it's done intentionally. I think it will grab a bit of attention. And it looks like a flower, it fits with the sun. It's got that summer feel because more people, they eat more ice cream in summer. So
Awesome. Guys, I think it's brilliant. In the end, there was a lot of politics, but we managed to iron it out and it came through. Everything just came through.
So Ntokozo, as the team leader, we feel that you need to taste this for us.
No problem. I'll put my neck on the block and now I'm going to put my life on the block.
I'm putting my neck on the block here, and I even put my life on the block, tasting that.
There we go.
And it looks so delicious.
Detox me.
Yes.
Oh, delicious.
We were, for me personally, I wasn't very confident with the product,
I think it's okay, guys. I mean, there are worse juices out there.
He was going to make the final decision as the team leader, and he said he's going to put his neck on the block, for that.
I believe in this product, and the differentiator between us and the other team is going to be how we present that particular product.
The Big Break Legacy. The Big Break Legacy is powered by MTN Business. Both teams arrive at the IDC building to present their product to the full board.
Thank you guys and welcome. Let me first introduce the team from the Industrial Development Corporation, IDC, as this is the IDC challenge. On my right is Rian Kutsia, who is the head of agro-industries. Then I've got Gerrit Goos, Chief Financial Officer. Got Zama Kanyile, the business specialist. as well as Sibongile Zulu, who is the food technologist within IDC. You may begin your presentation.
We're a company called Letsatsi Inc. Today we're presenting FMCG product launch. So the interesting part that we've realized is that vegetables, it's the most healthiest thing that we have on our earth, and that is very much natural. But looking at these faces, reality is we don't like vegetables. So we decided we should come up with a solution that makes it easier for people to actually have their vegetables and actually enjoy them. We're looking at the natural look, we're looking at natural flavors, and we're looking most importantly at what? At fragrance. And the interesting part about this, no preservatives, no chemicals, no added sugar. In terms of no limits, looking at this, it's actually quite a number of examples that could show you we could actually put flavor into almost anything that is involved in our daily living. I introduced to you Let's Flavor. It's a name that came out of a company called Letsatsi. We took the Let's and representing us and the flavor, because we're all about putting flavor into that. We've came up with about 4 flavors, being the butternut and peaches, being the beetroot, being the brinjal and pear, and the avocado and biltong. In front of you, ladies and gentlemen, you've got samples of what we've actually came up with in terms of these flavors. What we did with it, we actually decided to come up with a frozen dessert being ice cream. That's what you have in front of you. We also went further to actually look at the business aspect of it, the promotional item in terms of fridges. That speaks mostly about how we're going to be running a campaign that creates this excitement around color and around flavor within our food. We've also looked at the distribution channel in terms of how we're intending to distribute this. We would love to see our product on each and every shelves within the retail stores. Coming to the financial aspect, what we did, we've done research with other for instance, retailers to actually see the price range as to how we could come up cheaper and how we could come up better. What brings us here, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mega Trends. This is a research that comes from the Mega Trends website that shows that we can actually make our food go further. So if ever we better the color of the food, we better the color of the flavor, being vegetable in particular, the kids will be in a position to eat the veggies and will be in a position to eat our diet very much so. Same goes that we can cut retail waste. I'm hoping, ladies and gentlemen, with the little that we've presented, you've really seen that we are indeed a solution to create an impact. Thank you.
That's interesting, and thanks for a lovely presentation. Is it the design of the packaging that it should be so difficult for you to open?
We decided that not come with anything. Let us make our own packaging, at least that will be presentable to actually come up with this. It's going to be much user-friendly than this one in terms of opening.
You mentioned that you do not use any artificial colorants and preservatives. So how do you ensure that you actually maintain the integrity of the product?
We consulted with a food technologist, and she told us with the right packaging and the right temperature, it can last for 3 days.
What is your target market for these products?
We had initially wanted to be targeting kids, but we were told we cannot sell to kids. So we will be selling to mummies and daddies and students on the go.
What do you believe would be the competitive edge of these products?
You find most of the foods that are available, there's a lot of preservatives and chemicals that is involved, and of which right now with our problem of obesity and other things. So we're looking at more or less a target market being people that are very health conscious. We're looking at actually expanding to actually a bigger audience and bigger people in terms of how we put flavor to different things.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very impressive.
We were the underdogs in this, so I really wanted this. Hence, Israel, in terms of presentation, I said, no what, I'll do this myself.
Consider the stressed student, the run-down worker, the busy mother. These people have something in common. They don't have the luxury of time to always maintain a healthy life. The answer to this problem is Power Me, a lifestyle product that offers an innovative and convenient way to maintain a healthy diet. 4 different blends of fruits and vegetables
that address 4 different lifestyle needs, being vitality, mental alertness, immune boost, and physical vigor. Now, why does this make business sense? Firstly, we are adding value to the agro-processing chain. We've created value for customers by reducing the need for purchasing a multitude of supplements. Being manufactured locally means that there's scope for employment creation, which has social impact. And lastly, our packaging is eco-friendly and biodegradable, which has benefits for the environment. Now, Tsepiso will talk us through the actual composition of our product. Tsepiso.
One might think it's just 4 juices combined together. But should one tap into their intellectual capabilities, one will see the value and function behind each of these juices. We consulted a dietitian and we also consulted a chef to obtain the functions and the value of all the ingredients that we put in our juices. The first juice that I will walk you through is the Wake Me. This aims to be the juice that gives one that kick that they need to kickstart their morning. The value therein, it is the kick in kickstart. Our second drink is called the Pick Me. This is a vegetable-based drink. It aims to be that drink that gives one the energy they need. The value in this drink, it puts the vital in vitality. Fill Me is our third drink over here. It is what we call the juice with a smoothie effect. It aims to fill one up throughout the day when you don't have time for lunch. The value in this drink, it puts the full in fulfillment. Detox Me is our last drink right over here. It is a vegetable-based drink that aims to give one a peaceful sleep while having their body work for them. As one can see, it gives one convenience. It gives one value for money. It gives one more years to their lives. Thank you.
I'm kind of looking for the innovation in the products that you've just presented. Any juice shop uses fresh vegetables to actually make juices that you've made reference to.
So we use different elements or different fruits and different vegetables, and with the different elements therein, we form different juices that can be put together and provide a full course meal that can last you throughout the day.
I just want to know, is there a reason why the product is not packaged?
We didn't have enough time to actually produce a real one using the proper materials. So that's why we made the mock, the videos that really demonstrate what it was.
People like to see what they eat and drink. The problem with this packaging is that you're drinking out of a black box. Do you view that as a risk ultimately in the sales of this product?
The actual packaging will not look like that. It will have a fruit on the outside just to show what's the composition of that particular product.
Were you able to test the concept in the market?
We had different people who tested the product and the taste thereof, and it's professional chefs from the food market, and they loved it.
Can you just share with us what did you learn from the exercise?
Innovation has been saturated quite a bit, but there's a lot of gaps in the market where there's a combination of the products, and this is what we've presented. In terms of that, we've presented this combination because of that.
We had other ideas. For example, we wanted to make marula cheese, but at the end of the day, who eats marula with cheese anyway? And
that would have been interesting to see.
And fairly innovative.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
And I thought it would be nice to actually have gone and taken a bit more risk as opposed to being risk averse and, be bold and put something out there that hasn't been made. But anyway, that's where we are.
Both the groups, they followed the brief. However, one stands out in terms of innovation and has gone the extra mile in terms of presenting us with a properly packaged product, which is different, which is not available in the market.
With the second group, the product, it tastes good, but the innovation is only that they're taking 4 types of juices and packaging them all together.
I think frozen veggies is really innovative. So I think innovation-wise, Letsatsi was definitely advanced. Newton's, I think, what I liked of their approach is they brought the health angle through.
With Newton's, the consumer would be obliged to buy 4 juices. And I think out of a financial point of view, the business model will most probably have difficulty in working.
The effort that was put in to respond to the challenge by Letsatsi is very impressive. It's surprising that within the same time frame they achieved as much as they did. The product that was proposed by Newton's Fourth, as Gert says, I have some reservations about how much uptake there will be in the market.
We now need to actually take that feedback in and make a decision.
The Big Break Legacy. The Big Break Legacy is powered by MTN Business. Remember, you can stand a chance to win a Nexus 7 tablet by simply SMSing your name, number and answer of the following question to 33614. Which product did Adele conceptualize for her team? A. Pasta chips with dip, B. Veggie ice cream, or C. Marula cheese? Each week, one lucky winner will be selected, so SMS now. All entries will go into the grand prize draw, where you can stand a chance to win a Chevrolet Spark. SMS now.
When we talk about innovation, we want for you guys to think very hard. It's not to say that we expect you to come up with something new, but look at what is existing in the market and how you could actually add value, your value to it. For anyone to suggest that they didn't have enough time is just simply not acceptable. You have the same resources, the same time. The expectation is that if one team can do it, both teams can do it. But I just want you to know this. When we give you a task, we expect of you not to do the ordinary. The ordinary is out there in the market. You are in the top 12, for crying out loud. Is that clear, guys?
This product is probably one of the most expensive juices you will ever find in the world. This doesn't work in a business sense.
We really went an extra mile because the other team saw us as the underdogs.
I'm happy to announce that the winning team of the IDC Challenge is Letsatsi Inc.
Congratulations.
It's just a terrible feeling losing, man, you know, especially when you come off on a winning streak.
We wiped the smile off Effie's face. It's wiped off.
There's one person who stood out with this challenge with impeccable performance, and that person deserves to be the blue chip, and that is Adele. Congratulations, and you get immunity from the next challenge.
I'm ecstatic that we won. We worked really, really hard and everything just came through. I'm very happy.
Congratulations, guys. Job well done. You guys already know what this means, hey? When you find yourself in the position that you guys in, it means that two people will be called up for review. And unfortunately, one of them has to leave us. And the people that are up for review in this challenge are Ntokozo, please step forward. And Tsepiso. The rest of you guys can leave the room.
Don't think I deserve to go. I did everything that I was supposed to do, and I did it well.
I don't regret any decisions that I made. I'm fully content and happy with everything, the decisions that I had to make.
You both have it in you to win the Big Break Legacy. Undoubtedly, that's the reason why you're here. And Ntokozo, as a food technologist, I know that you may not have practiced in the past 10 years or so. I expected, or we rather expected, that you'd bring that kind of expertise to the fore and direct the guys in terms of a different offering to what you had. So that's the reason you find yourself here. And as a leader, it simply means that you didn't give direction to your team. And Tsepiso, you seem to be diminishing in energy levels. We can't allow that. Right now, because we're at the level where there's very little that separates you guys. Very little. And we would look for that. If you're not participating, you're not contributing as an individual within a team, that concerns us. You have to be up for review.
We expect to see consistent performance throughout all the challenges. So it doesn't help either one of you or any of the contestants to perform well in one challenge and not in another challenge. So we take all of those things into account.
And I'm going to afford you an opportunity, starting with you, Tsepiso, to tell us why we should keep you in the show.
I vowed to Ntokozo and I told him I will serve you to the best of my abilities. When it came to purchasing the stuff to do the juice, which I had my reservations towards and I did express them clearly, but I vowed to serve him correctly. So I helped him purchase the stuff, I helped him form the recipes in order to make everything that we presented here, and I also helped with the presentation. I gave it my all, and at times one needn't be the one jumping around and shouting at all the times in order to do something in the team, but I believe that I did do something very valuable and I contributed and I did my best. And I am disappointed that that was not seen, as I was not as loud or jumping around as I was, but there's a time and place for everything.
Right. Ntokozo?
We collectively as a team decided on going with the juice. Yes, there was a suggestion that we go with the cheese and marula, but because of time issues and we didn't want to go that route because cheese takes quite long to process. That was the only reason we didn't go that route. I delegated effectively, I think, and on the last minute on the day of the production, when we had collected everything, that is when some of my team members wanted to go the cheese route. And as a leader, I decided that we will go with the juice because that's what was agreed upon the day before. So it would have messed up everything before we presented the product.
Look, you know the nature of the game. I mean, at this stage, one of you would have to leave the game. And I mean, Tsepiso, you've got a brilliant idea. Market is waiting for what you conceived. It's waiting, absolutely waiting for that. Ntokozo, equally, you have a brilliant business. There is a marketing need for your offering. So I would urge whoever leaves the show to actually pursue that with vigor and make sure that it comes to fruition.
Who do you think should go and why? Go to #BBL2 to discuss. For additional footage or to watch the episode again, go to YouTube now.